Don't mind if I spoil the new Archon Quest? Well, there's just me in here, so I don't mind. Wait, you already finished it? I know the patch has been out for 3 hours already. I know 3 hours is more than enough to clear most Archon quests, you know, like just breezing through it. But the fact that you could spoil means you can spoil any of it means that you didn't just skip through all of it. Nefa pulled an aura from Reeyn. Sorry, aura. Aura. Ah, aura. Right, the guillotine. Yeah. Wait, huh? How do you pull an aura? So what did she do? She basically, well, used her scale thing to create essentially like mind-controlled zombies of all those that she, I guess, like put on those scales. Really? Wait, is it that dark? Is it as dark as in Reeyn? That's well, in that case, she didn't pull an aura. She pulled a Reeyn. Well, you know what? I guess I'll figure it out myself. I guess I'll figure it out myself. So, this is the Archon Quest, right? Yeah, this is the Archon Quest. Straight up, jeez. Okay, well, that doesn't sound very Genshin-like to me. But hey, that's, you know, makes me look forward to it even more now. Makes me look forward to it even more now. Okay. Probably not the teleporter I should be teleporting to, but here we are. Yep, definitely. This is the easier one. To be fair, she got better. So I already have some idea of what Ineffa's lore is. Apparently she was one of like the Dragon Lord things, kind of like what his name is, you know, Naruto. The guy voiced by Naruto. And then she did something that the other Dragon Lords didn't like. Hmm? How did she know us? How did she know the Traveler already and Paimon? Sorry, hang on. Gotta pause real quick. I'm one-handing right now. Ayo, save the one-handed gameplay for after the stream? No, man. One-handed gameplay that's what streams are for, man. One-handed action, you know? Like, you know all those streamers that do like dumb challenges and stuff? One-handed challenge. Let's go.
イファ、そっちはどうだ。彼女の容体。
なんとも言えないな。
機械仕掛け。
家にパイモンさん。
これを見てくれ。彼女の近くに
本当か？金髪の人と白い
ダイヤル式の
面倒だな。
かがり木の民で似たようなもんを見たが、パスワード
Wait, let me let me read his voice lines. A lot of y'all say that I sound just like Aoife's English VA, like the way I talk, the way like my voice. I'm gonna read some of Aoife's voice lines. Hopefully more people are able to come in the chat today so that we get more confirmation on that. If you put the wrong code or try to open it by force, it triggers a self-destruct mechanism inside, bro. That's so cringe. I hate saying stuff like that. The goofing challenge is already a thing for this game on YouTube. My recommended videos are cursed. There's oh, what was his name? There's this. I know that's like every other Genshin YouTuber. Like, right, because like what else is there to do in the game except for like do these like dumb challenges and stuff. But like there's this one that that YouTube just so happens to recommend to me a couple of times. I watched his like no walking video or like no running video. Like it was something stupid like that. I think that's his name. Hang on. I think that's right, but not like Mr., but Mista. Oh, yep, that's right. That's the guy. Yeah, like I watched one and then a couple of days later YouTube recommended it to me again, another one of his videos. And then I was like, oh boy, here we go. YouTube's gonna keep recommending me more of these dumb challenge videos. So what I did was I was curious to see how he did in the other one. I honestly don't remember any of it anymore. I was like, I no hate towards the guy. I'm sure he's I'm sure he is actually funny. Yeah, you're right. He is actually funny. He's entertaining. I don't know if he himself edits them or whoever his editor is. Like, pretty good job making it entertaining. But to me, stuff like that is just like brain rot content, and content that just it doesn't provide me with anything. I mean, sure, like the entertainment, I guess, but like after that, like I don't even remember the videos anymore. Yeah, I don't even remember the videos anymore, right? Like they just come and go, and I don't want stuff like that. So I was just curious to see how he did in the second one. So I didn't open it like I usually do. What I did was I right click, press G. By the way, this was on PC, so I right click on it, press G. What that does is open in incognito. So in that way, sure, Google still knows that, hey, this IP address, this device on this IP address is watched this video, but at least it's not this account, this Google account, this YouTube account on this device on this IP address, right? It's one less thing that Google can like latch onto and think that, oh, hey, I want to watch more of these. It's stuff like no touching grass, sure, but the solo challenges are somewhat interesting. Well, I mean, if I think about it, yeah, that solo challenges, you can actually learn something practical from them. Because like solo challenging stuff is genuinely an incredible challenge, right? Genshin's enemy HPs and balancing and stuff, all of it is like balanced. Hang on. Yeah, hey, I just realized. Nice. It's here. Wait, what is this? You can just straight up access it through here? Hey, what's up, Shadows? How's it going, man? Robot maid? Okay, start cleaning. You're a robot maid, right? Okay, do your job. Immediately asks her to clean up. What the heck, man? Oh. Do I vacuum them? What am I supposed to do? She has a vacuum, right? Where's her vacuum thing? Oh, there it is. Nope. No. Okay, I guess I was hoping for too much. So how do I... How do I get rid of this stuff? I can't... Hang on. I can't switch characters. But what do I do? I did. Oh, what the? Is that? What? That's... It's an actual literal vacuum. What the heck, man? What? Okay, jeez. What is this, man? That maid is sucking one way or another. Oh, come on, man. That's cold. I mean, like, literally cold. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get Citlali instead of Ineffa. Honestly, more and more of me wants to pull Ineffa instead of Citlali. I've been since until now, I've been mostly for Citlali because I have Mawika, and Citlali definitely is part of Mawika's like top team. And while Citlali is not so much better than her other than Mawika's other enablers like vape or melt enablers, like she's definitely better, right? Definitely better, but not so much better to warrant pulling for an entire, like, a full flat 5-star. But just having Citlali frees up my other Mawika vape or melt enablers. And more of me is now starting to think that, man, I feel like I really have to go for Ineffa. I have the best Mona, which... What? I have the best Mona, which she doesn't exist. Anyways, gotta go. Oh, alright. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Shadows. Take care, man. At least no one isn't doing maid duty solo anymore. Man, that sounds like a treat. I just can't. Whenever I hear Kinich talk, it's just literally Sasuke. It's not Kinich in my head. It's Sasuke. It's Sasuke, like Genshin Impact version of Sasuke. Sasuke with wood style jutsu. Hey, technically Sasuke can potentially do something like that, right? Like remember, Madara did it. Madara did it. All he has to do is take a bite out of Hashirama's corpse,
まさかイネファ
and we're good.
別の場所から
なあ、イネファがめ。
うちは大しイネファの子は
実は今回、は
詳しく教
あ、お前をつく最初のうちだがある日でも一番アイノは特に気にしていなかったらしいが、それ以来イネファは自分を治す方法をずっと探している。そして少しちょうど俺たち
いいえ記憶喪失
いやだからアイノも
I guess he stole a toad stage
あ
too.
の変な気ナタにはまだナタに
Yeah, that's true, that's true. A toad sage,
長い船
ああ
a toad sage that just so happened to be like, I don't know, like it was probably like Naruto's, Naruto got reincarnated. Naruto got isekai'd into Teyvat
多分
as a quote-unquote toad sage.
そう言いながら
それじゃあ、俺は力になってくれ。確かにおかしい。
そうか
それが
これは
That's just literally Naruto. I cannot see him in any other way. I hear his voice and it's just straight up Naruto. Well, I guess maybe that's what, like, how many episodes was Naruto?
早くの集いにいる
Naruto itself, I think, is like 200 or 300 episodes. And Naruto Shippuden is like at least 500 episodes. I guess that's what I guess that's what listening to two characters for like 800 plus episodes does to you. You just hear their voices and you cannot unhear them anymore. Hmm.
暇を持て余しているのなら
300?
家に来てここ最近の面白い出来事を話してくれないか
Excuse me. Don't let me bother you. Naruto, nope, not Naruto Shippuden. Okay, there it is, Naruto. Well, it says... Wikipedia says 220. Yeah, from 2002, and this is Wiki. Let me see. 220, yeah. And I'm gonna assume that this is including all the fillers. Yeah, so more or less around 700 episodes of Naruto, between Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Oh, it's been a minute. Hey, what's up, Honko? Yeah, it has been an hour at this point. Yep. Forget minute. Been an hour. How you been, man? Like they had 2 seasons of meaningless stuff before Shippuden. That's true. Oh man.
記憶をなくしたおか
イネファ姉さんはすごいぞスクラップにした機械イネファ姉ちゃんのおかげで安心してでも
だからイネファお姉ちゃんが金庫
I just can't unhear Naruto's and Sasuke's voices anymore. Whenever Kenichi and Ahao are here, it's not Kenichi and Ahao. It's just straight up Sasuke and Naruto.
お父さんは
心配な
Been good. Hey, glad to hear that, man. My day's been okay. My wife's been real busy recently.
どうしよう
There's that. So I've been alone at home for a lot more than usual now. Why can't I see earlier chats? Really? You can't just scroll up? Maybe it's still loading? I don't know, man. YouTube has been doing a lot of like new stuff recently to YouTube streams. So maybe it's that. Okay. Man, what am I gonna do without Jian Yun here, man? I hardly, you know, I probably have like in the whole time I've had Jian Yun on my account, I've I've I would imagine that I've probably used her like 95% of the time that I've used her has just been to like for overworld exploration
殲滅モード終おはようございます
instead of actual combat. I just don't have any dedicated plunge DPSs.
はい
The one character that I pulled Jian Yun for is Diluc, and like even at this point in 2025, Diluc just is unsalvageable.
理解しました
それは使うんじゃなくて
綺麗な記念品暗号術は
It's blank.
手紙を
Then I refresh. Can't see anything.
機械は使命を
Anything said earlier. Really? Yeah, maybe that's a new thing. Yeah, maybe that's a new YouTube thing. Yeah, like I said, YouTube's been doing a lot of new stuff to YouTube streams lately.
はい感謝します
これは
記念
Aoika has basically made it impossible for me to do exploration
記念
with any other character. Yeah. Mawika, I gotta say, like, I hate Mawika's... I still hate Mawika's, like, motorcycle thing in combat, because, like, it makes positioning precisely, like, positioning while in combat, right? It makes precise positioning way harder than it should be. But I gotta say, in exploration, like hold E and then like just just hold W and then spam space 3 times and then like the fly and drop thing, it gets you far fast. Even outside of Natlan, it gets you really far, really fast. That's a real nice looking NPC, man.
火力の末裔には脅威に屈服する奴隷なんていないわ。さあ、行って。
I mean, what else is she good for? Isn't there better options?
見つけるのよ。
Jian Yun, you mean? I mean, Jian Yun might not be
何か
close to being top tier.
思考ずっと戦える
She is, however, part of one of the few top tier teams.
記憶
Right? She's part of the, like, you know, Verisa teams. And the fact that she brought all the useless, all the characters that were otherwise completely useless in 2025, to the brink of not completely and utterly useless anymore. Right? Like, imagine. Can you think of a reason why anyone in 2025 would use Barbara? Right? Like, especially, would use Barbara if it wasn't their first day of playing Genshin. The only reason why I could imagine anyone would ever use Barbara, especially if they knew what, you know, like what the different characters did, was if it was their first day. If they like started over and it's literally the first day, their new account is 1 day old. It's the only time I would ever consider using Barbara.
どういたし
Right? But thanks to Jian Yun, whoever the 5 people are that are like Barbara stans, they can now use Barbara as an on-field DPS, albeit a little unconventional. But Jian Yun makes that possible, man.
記憶データ
全く違う自分になってしまう。
関連ワードを検索意識
Why use Barbara? There are 4 Hydro 4 stars in the entire game. And you use all 4 in one team. That's
だが私がどんなに遠くまで飛んで
Jian Yun has Verisa, Xiao, Gaming, that's it. Yeah, but still though, right? Gaming,
私
despite being a 4-star, is, you know, definitely a top tier character. Xiao,
安心して記憶
well, I guess Jian Yun, C6 Bennett, Farina. Sure. Xiao. Jian Yun, Farina, C6 Bennett. Yeah, sure. Xiao is somewhere in the neighborhood of top tier. But, yeah. Hang on. Phone's vibrating. The music is why I use Barbara. Music? What music? I'm confused. Sorry. What music?
お前がここに
手紙のこと。
古い歴史
聞こえてるんだけど、君たちと別れた後、アハウがか。
思考なる
ええ。それ、
The little themes when you see Barbara's ult.
思考な漁師たちは、でもその後。
Really? It plays music?
架空との
そう。さっき言ったよ、記憶を。それでも。
Okay, the question is, how infrequently can you actually use Barbara's burst? Because Barbara's a Hydro character, sure. Right, Barbara's a Hydro character. Barbara's skill doesn't generate particles, and Barbara's burst costs 80 energy. Granted, there is at least one character that can generate a lot of Hydro particles. Right? There's Xingqiu with Sack Sword. You Xingqiu E twice and then swap to Barbara, boom, there you go. Like, probably, I don't know, like a quarter of Barbara's energy. But yeah. My team generates 560 energy particles per cycle. How do you count that? What? How do you know how many particles it generates? Also, when you say energy particles, are you talking about the particles themselves or 560 energy? I'm gonna assume that you're not talking about particles. I'm gonna assume that you're talking about, like, energy. Because the particles are different from energy. Because the particles are like the white stuff, or like with the different color stuff that fly out, and like your characters get. Also, 560. When you say 560, is that 560 caught energy? Or uncaught energy? Because, like, remember, caught particles generate more energy than uncaught particles. Yesterday, some thought you'd get banned. Banned for what, Stella? When you say some, who the heck would think I would get banned? You know, it's really weird to me that... So yesterday I streamed, right? I didn't even do anything special. 5.8 wasn't out yet yesterday. 5.8 wasn't out. Yesterday was literally the last day of 5.7. I streamed with a stream title, ready for 5.8. And like literally 30 or 40 people in chat. The whole, like, at least 80% of the stream. And here we are now. 5.8 is actually out. And no one here. I guess maybe everyone's playing. Okay, how... Oh. From YouTube? You got 1k views in a stream. I saw SS in Genshin. I saw SS. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I did. I did, actually. Yeah, I was actually very surprised. Like, after the stream ended yesterday, YouTube said that it was, like, somewhere around, like, 700 views or something. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's not normal. Is that why, like, you said that some people thought that I would get banned or something? Because, like, something crazy like that happened? Oop.
脅威を排除殲滅モードを終了します
Particles, but I think there's a good amount of non-particle energy. I think I have the numbers somewhere in my notebooks. Let me go see. Yeah, because like I can't imagine so a rotation, right? You said hang on. What was the exact word you used? Okay, per cycle. So I'm gonna assume when you say cycle, that's one rotation.
非言気兵が
A rotation is generally somewhere around like 16 or like 15 to like 25 seconds, right? It's generally in that neighborhood. So let's say 20-second rotation. I'm hard pressed to accept that any team in the game can create 560 particles in 20 rotations. Energy, maybe. But particles, I don't know about that.
ありえない。隊長の部
推測ファドゥイが
まさか
This match is so peak, I can't stop crying. Oh, you already did the quest, Ivy? I mean, this is actually my first time doing it. I'm a little embarrassed, honestly, because like yesterday I streamed yesterday, the very last day of 5.7, because like, well, I didn't have anything to do except for just, you know, weekly bosses. So I was like, okay, well, I might as well stream because I wasn't gonna stream today anyway, right? Because I wasn't pulling, I wasn't doing anything, and then I just, you know, embarrassing this is to say, yeah, right? As embarrassing as this is to say, I came into 5.8, I updated my game, and I genuinely thought there was nothing to do in Genshin. In my mind, obviously, like I know there's an event, I know there's like a new Archon Quest, a new region, but for some reason, in my brain, that didn't register as quote unquote stuff to do.
アディエッタ、お前は母さんに付き添ってあげてくれ。父さんは父さんは大丈夫。そんなに時間はかからないよ。アームとアディエッタは先に行って待ってて。
すぐに人
Who's in the banner this time? Ineffa, new 5-star, and Citlali, rerun. A new 5-star is the robot girl that we're traveling with here.
なるほど。タクシンはファデュイしかし、イネファにまで残ってもらう
Over
必
there.
要があるのか。
That's her.
わかった。お前なら第8隻の領地からの救援要請。まさかリアンカの母は本
おーいチャスカーアームーの方
何にせよ。私はアームーとアディエッタを送り届け。
Then again, Arzan sent a screenshot of you getting 1K views in the stream. Yesterday, most of the in-game content got leaked. Even Ineffa's voice talking about not-credit characters. I mean, you know, what's new? Genshin leaks. That's not a new thing.
には気づいてないし
尾行しますかはい
Sent a screenshot which of my videos got removed. Videos?
声は小さ
I had videos that got removed? I don't remember having any videos that got removed. Have I unlisted videos? I think I might have, but like some of my really old
くなった気が
videos.
隠密モードならそもそも喋るなよ
Really old videos that had like 5 views or like 0 views, 1 view. I'm not sure why oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay. I remember unlisting it because like I accidentally played something that was copyrighted while I was streaming, and I forgot to like turn off like my PC audio in OBS while I played that thing. Yeah, and that was just one. I think I've unlisted like a couple of videos, but like, you know, like some of my earliest streams, like not videos, not actual videos, but like VODs, where I accidentally did something stupid. How many new quests are there? Well, there are 2 big quests. Well, 3 if you count the main event. I'm gonna assume that the main event that takes us to the new region.
つまりここはイネフ
Well,
はどう思う？
well, honestly, I don't know yet. I don't know if the main event,
ここで
because usually a main event has its own like quest, right? So okay, main event, the summer thing, right? But it doesn't say like start quest. It says read letter. But then when I go in here, there's already, I'm assuming this is like a world quest to go to the new region, because the new region is the summer region. It says a carefree vacation, so that sounds like summer-ish to me. But there's no timer on this, so this is a permanent quest, right? But it also goes to where I'm assuming the main event is gonna be at. So I don't know. I don't know if this might be the quest there to go there, because the new region, while being a summer region, is a permanent addition to the game. Why is it so big too? Wait, why is it so big? Why is it so big? Jeez, okay, alright, I'm gonna take a wild guess here that that's mostly water. Question though, why is it not here? Why did they keep going east? Or sorry, west. They keep going west. Why is it not here to fill this giant void? Why is it not here to fill this void? Why do they keep going east? Hey, what's up, Jace? How you doing, man? That's what she said. Why do they keep going east? Maybe Marjavari. It's possible. It's possible. Maybe. Marjavari's above Mondstadt? No way. You're kidding, right? Mondstadt's all the way over here, across Fontaine, across Chenyu Vale, which is part of Liyue, across Sumeru Desert. No way, right? Why is it so big? Oh. Okay. You were pretty quick on the draw there, man. Why is it so big? Why is this? Windless land means near desert areas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mondstadt is the land of wind-ish, I think. I don't know. Okay, what elements do they... Electro, they're gonna give us a trial Ineffa, probably. So, I'm gonna assume that I don't need that. Elevator, and I can't move my camera. Surprisingly, deserts are very windy. I don't know if you know this. I mean, there's nothing to block wind over there, so I'm assuming that that's correct.
思考モジュールが混雑。
すまない。私が彼女を今は思考なる教師。第8席。
第8席。
私が呪いを生んだ。
リアンカさんが私を助けようと。
At nights, our deserts are very cold. That is true.
とにかく人類に対して本当に
あんたに道をつまりけれど
最初のうちはたまに
今日から
そして
そう
まずい自動防衛システムの権限が暴走真理に
You know, one thing that one of the few things that I like about Ineffa is, like, I think this robot thing that she summons when you press her skill is actually pretty funny, because like, so it has this face, like this like digital face when Ineffa is on field, but when you swap off of Ineffa, it changes to her face. It's so funny.
このまま進めってことか。仕方ない。
RJ speedrunning quest. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do here. We don't. Yeah, and honestly, I feel bad that I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna figure out anyway, like what happens in these quests anyway, right? Because like I watch like lore theorist videos every now and then.
生まれた意志には自由を謳歌する権利がある
So it really doesn't matter to me that I skip them now, because I'm gonna figure them out anyway. I'm gonna figure out like how like what we're doing, what we're doing here, how it applies.
気をつけろよ
Ow. Okay. Probably has nothing to do with it. Okay. How whatever we're doing here applies to like lore later on. One. Careful, don't touch it. Oh. Ah, okay, that's what this is for. Right, like how this is relevant to the lore later
あ
on.
なたを苦しめ記憶は追い詰めるかつて彼らが母に与えた罰のように
I don't see a hole.
コアがあれば
I don't see a hole anywhere.
それがもたらす苦痛も
Okay. My screen is a little too dark. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need to light up my screen, damn. Darn it. Hang on. Oops. My monitor brightness, by the way, is always at 0. And that's enough for me for 99% of the stuff that I do. Except for moments like these where we're literally in a cave and I can't see anything. Hey, what's up, Wrong? How you doing, man?
イネファ大丈夫か
Missed opportunity, you can't vacuum items. I remember it sort of does. I remember seeing a short about it. It sort of does vacuum stuff, but then like when the duration is over, like when it ends, when the animation ends, oh sorry, I think that was Ineffa's vacuum, her idle animation vacuum, and not her skill vacuum. Hey, isn't this underground Nalan? Yeah, this is underground Nalan. Isn't that Happy? No, that's wrong. That's wrong person.
記録にない個体を3名
60 plus pity, still no Citlali? Oh man. Hopefully I can spectre her by 74. Me too, man. Me too. I don't know why. Like, remember, I don't know if some of y'all were here yesterday. I know Wrong was here, Spartan was here. I think a few others, some of you were also here yesterday. I remember mentioning a couple of times that I wouldn't be streaming today. And that was the case. Are we going? That was the case, and
公務の裁定この先は第一権限者研究のために作られた場所第一経営者その第二権限者配臨
do a 10 pull now. Okay, yeah, okay. I was about to get into that wrong. I was about to get into that, and so
お母さんが残してくれたもの
I was 100% sure that I wouldn't be streaming
彼
today
女の数ある研究対象が
because so yesterday I streamed, right? I streamed yesterday because I knew that I wasn't going to be streaming today because I didn't have enough primo gems to pull for Citlali anyway, so it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. And then like obviously I knew, and I've said this like about I said this about like 5-10 minutes ago. Obviously I knew that there would be a new region, there would be a new main event, there would be a new Archon Quest, prelude, there's a new character that probably has a character quest. Surprisingly, Ineffa doesn't have a character quest, right? I don't see one, at least.
一緒にいられないかもしれない
And so, for some reason, even knowing that, in my mind, I still thought, well, there's nothing to do in the game. So I just thought that I was just convinced that I wouldn't be streaming today. And then I logged in, got my Primo Gems, like got rid of all the red dots across everywhere, and then realized, wait, there is stuff to do. What the heck am I? What the heck am I thinking? There is stuff to do. Oh. And so, okay, going to do a 10 pull now. I don't actually have any more Primo Gems because I was just sitting here about 3 hours ago. I was just sitting here, not doing anything. Well, not necessarily not doing anything, but like I was doing chores, right? Like getting rid of the red dots, doing daily commissions, battle pass, using up my condensed resin. And so I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not, because I had about 20 pulls. I'm on the third account now, by the way, and I just had about like 20 pulls on it. So I was like, okay, well, 20 pulls isn't gonna get me anything, so I might as well. And so I did. So I did. I did my 20 pulls on this account. Got nothing, as expected. And I did the same exact thing on my second and first accounts. And yeah, as expected, got nothing. Also, yesterday, right at the end of the stream, as I was changing my settings back to my normal settings, oh yeah, look at that. It's just Ineffa's digitalized face. It's so silly. But when I swap into Ineffa, the face changes. I want to see the swap. It's like a glitch thing. Okay.
加速します
Cute details, right? I know. It's just adorable. By the way, is Genshin kinda online? Oops. I was reading chat. Genshin kinda an online gambling thing? I mean, all gacha mechanics are quote unquote gambling. It's just up to you. Oh, wait. Is that gonna move towards me? No. Okay, I thought this was like a cave that I could hide in. If that thing was gonna do a sweep again. Obviously you got nothing. I wasn't around. Yep. So I didn't.
待ってください前方から声が隠密モードを起動します
おい、約束と違うぞ。俺の任務は言われた通り。
その可能
ちょっとした誤算だ。
It's not gambling if you think it's not gambling. A friend once said it to me. Once said to me, yep. Yeah, I mean, because like legally, right? Because if gacha mechanics and loot boxes, right? If gacha mechanics and loot box mechanics in video games were legally considered gambling, then video games that have gacha and loot box mechanics would be regulated just like how regulated in the same exact way as casinos are regulated, right? Because that, like, if they were quote unquote legally considered as gambling, but the fact that they're not regulated in the same way as casinos are, that means they are not legally considered gambling.
あなたたちがここに来たのは
And I honestly, it's hard to argue that it is gambling because in gambling, in like casino gambling, there is no pity system. There is no pity system where you will eventually where you will eventually be guaranteed to get to win, right? To get what you wanted. Whereas most gacha mechanics do have this sort of pity system. So it's less of a gamble and more of a purchase, right? It's just that there's a chance that you might spend less than, yeah, like you might spend less than full price. Yeah, exactly. That's actually a much better way to put it. Feels more like a transaction that you could potentially pay less. Yeah, that's right. Right. It's more like you're just buying something, but there's a chance that you could pay less than full price. I'd love to gamble. Okay. Waiting for the dang game to update. Did you just start the update process? My laptop is not very. It's not underpowered, but it's certainly not overpowered, right? It's a mid-range laptop, plus the fact that it's a thin and light laptop, and it's probably a 12-watt CPU, right? Like I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not a 30-watt CPU, because like 30-watt CPUs on laptops are generally like quote unquote gaming laptops. Like gaming laptops that are like a little thicker, whereas my laptop is like a thin and light. It's about as thin as like an older, as like a 2 or 3 generation old like MacBook. And despite the fact that it does have a graphics card in it, it's still the CPU's job to uncompile or decompile, whatever the proper terminology for it is. Uncompile or decompile game assets in order to like update games, update like any sort of program. So my PC, my desktop takes about like 10, maybe 15 minutes to update the game, depending on how big the patch is. But my laptop takes about like 2+ hours. Just to like I think it's like unzip, right? Because like I'm gonna assume that Hoyo's like update files, they have their launcher download it as like compressed files. So compressed files to reduce the amount of bandwidth that has to go through their servers of like everyone downloading the update. And then I'm assuming what happens is like they have the launcher or like the program itself uncompress it locally when it's time to install the update, uncompress it, and then at some point it checks like the new files to see if all of it's fine, and then once it verifies that everything's fine, then it starts to replace all the old files, and then after it replaces the old files, it does another check to see if everything's there, and then finally it just says, okay, we're done. And that's why like if an update in Genshin, if a new update takes up say 10 gigabytes, the game will say that you need at least 20 gigabytes, right, or somewhere around that, like maybe 17 to 20 gigabytes to quote unquote install the update. And that is because at some point in the update process, your storage will have both the old files and the new files. Right before Genshin's like the programming, whatever it's called, decides that okay, all the new files are good and safe. We're ready to delete the old files. Takes me an hour to update. Is that including the download? Because I did the pre-install thing. So I didn't actually have to download anything today. Maybe like a couple of like new update files here and there that Hoyo probably decided to input like last minute. But otherwise, yeah, I hardly had to download anything.
ゴールにかつての第11隻はもし私が全て
絶対
ええどうか
I'm looking at the back of Ineffa's head here, and it's just like for some reason it's reminding me so much of Astro Boy. It just I don't know, just looks so artificial. Looks so robotic.
あれがそのようですが、ただ誰かに領主もう一人の私彼女は消滅したはずでは。
Where's my Citlali? That's a name I haven't heard in a decade. Wait, what name? She's a maid. She is a robot maid. Oh, wait. Wait, Spartan, you still here, man? Is this what you're talking about?
致命傷は避けたか。だが、その怪我でこれを避けられるかな。
Huh, I wonder if that's the same VA doing that different voice. That's some range right there. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, hang on. So let's pause this right here. I just have some real funny to share with y'all. So this exact scenario the Traveler is in right now. There's a scene in Popeye. I don't know how many of you guys are old enough to know that cartoon. Popeye is this really old cartoon of a sailor, right? Popeye the Sailor Man. Where at some point, like, he gets trapped in, like, a castle, and then, like, he eats his spinach, as he does. How does this song go? Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish, 'cause I eat my spinach. There you go. And Popeye the Sailor Man, yeah. So that's how the song goes. He eats his spinach, he like suddenly becomes like super strong and just beats like whoever the bad guy just so happens to be in whatever episode. Most of the time it's Bluto, the big bad guy, other sailor dude. And he was trapped in a castle, and he literally does this, but then pushes so hard that he literally splits the castle in half. Splits the castle in half, and he escapes and saves the girl. Well, as he says it, the Goyle. And in in that context, the bathroom, like the toilet, in the house that I grew up in, in the house that I grew up in, it didn't have like a shared bathroom. Like, it was weird. It was like a really, really old house. The toilet was separate, in a separate room from where like the shower was. So the shower, like, they were both like right next to each other, but the bathroom, the toilet, was like separated by a concrete wall from where the shower was. And because that room was so small, every time I took a dump, I would literally, like, when I got bored just sitting there, I would just like put my hands up against both walls, both left and right, and I would push hard against both walls, imagining that scene and thinking like, I'm gonna split this entire house apart. And that's literally what Traveler, like, when I saw Traveler do that exact thing, it just reminded me of that immediately. Like, nothing else came to my mind except that. Ooh, her voice. I like her voice this way.
本当に改造なんてものが存在し、あの恥ずべき裏切り者を破滅から救い出せると、矛盾がすべての記憶を取り戻せると、
Can I keep this voice, please? Like, if I eventually get Ineffa, can I please like just keep this voice? I don't want her to go back to her like normal voice. I just want this voice all the time. Who is her Japanese VA, by the way?
初めから存在しない。この地に残された至高なる領主は私ただ一人。さあ、ひざまずけ。私は13の至高なる領主。
Is this right? So in Reddit says Megumi Nakajima.
をここに来させたやつも、イネバに呪いをかけたやつも、全部お前だったのか?
Unless you want to play Flins, forget about Nefer. I mean, like, I like Flins too. I mean, I don't know anything what he does yet, but he looks cool. So as long as he's not terrible, I definitely do plan on pulling for him. Man, I like listening to her voice like this, man. Ooh. Just, man. Sent you his kid already? Sorry, man. I haven't checked Discord in a while. I'll check it out later today then. I don't know what it is, man. Like, okay, even this guy's voice, is it this robot or is the NPC talking? I think it's the NPC, yeah. I don't know what it is about voices like these, man. They just, like, they're so they're so attractive to me. It's like a mix. It's like a mix of like motherly and assertive, like take charge kind of voice. Mirror of the dawning morn. That's you know, like one of the few things that I don't dislike about Maoika. Right, many things about Maoika I just absolutely hate. But one of the few things that I actually really like about Maoika is Maoika's Japanese VA. She has a really nice, like commanding, assertive voice, but it's somehow like smooth that makes it feel like I'm being like taken care of. I don't know. She commits Sudoku. Really? Mirror of the Dawning Morn commits Sudoku? Wait, no. Hang on. Spartan, I don't think it's Sudoku is what you're talking about. Sudoku is the game, bro. Sudoku is like the what does that game look like again? Hang on. Like it's a board game or something. Yeah, Sudoku is the board game where you match numbers and stuff. Seppuku is what you're trying to... Sudoku? Unless if you're kidding and just flew right by my head, then I'm an idiot, I guess. Man, I'm looking up Nefa's Japanese voice actress. What other characters she's voiced? I wonder if she's voiced anyone else that I know. No, she hasn't voiced anyone else I know. Apparently she's in Shaman King, which I did not watch. I saw plenty of ads on it when I was still in college and high school, but never watched it. Is that Nefa story quest? Nope. This is the Archon Quest. Just wait a minute. Oh, okay. You're talking about... Okay, I'm gonna be really impressed if somehow Ineffa commits Sudoku and not seppuku. My favorite thing about Maoika is Citlali. Really? What? Ineffa voice is Yai if she was angry. Oh, okay, good point. Good point. Nice pointing Yeah, good point, good point. Oh my god. Well. Wow. Well, I mean, Spartan, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. It wasn't as gruesome as I was imagining it to be. Right? I thought it would be like sword through the gut or something. Or I don't know, like something similar to because the reference you initially gave me was like Reeyn. Right? Well, Aura from Reeyn. Pseudo Voodoo. Pseudo Voodoo. The initial reference you gave me was like Aura from Reeyn, and well, she uses a sword. And then you tell me seppuku, which, you know, also uses a sword. So I was kind of thinking something a little more gruesome than that. But hey, there's no blood, there's no what movie was that again? There was this movie that I remember watching an episode of VFX Artists React on. Where like the protagonists are fighting sort of like minions, the antagonist minions, and the antagonist minions are like a bunch of robots. And to make it look, well, to make the fight scene look cool, they had to have some kind of like blood-like thing. And because it's robots, of course, it's not blood, it's oil. They make it look like blood splatters, but instead it's oil splatters. Now, I don't remember what movie that was. And honestly, for some reason, in my mind, and obviously I know this is Genshin, that is a quote-unquote oil splatter that looks like a blood splatter is very un-Genshin-like. But for some reason, I was expecting something along that line. She's a robot, she has no blood. Yeah, but she has oil, dude. Like, come on. Hollywood could figure it out. I'm sure Hoyo can. Unless it was oil. That was as bloody as committing September can be. September. Oh man, Spartan, you might just be the cause of wrong person here committing September, as you say. The more of these different words, the more different words that you use. Yep. Man, Traveler strikes pretty fast. Apparently not fast enough. He could. Oh my god. Wait. Okay, that's Night Soul. Sorry. I was really concerned for a moment. I thought this was like one of those, like, the cryo thing. Where in the world am I? There. I thought it was like the cryo boss, where I had to hit it with cryo a bunch. Okay, and I looked at it a little bit closer. And apparently it was like the bright, colorful one and not the cryo colored one. And then realized it was more of a Night Soul thing. Sovereign ruler. No, please don't commit septum.
どこ出身とも言えないね。お前にとって家とは何だ。無理やり記憶を引き出して、そんなことをしても崩壊を早めるだけです。
俺たちはナドクライから来た。
見つけるのよ。新たな帰る場所を。あなた機械？どこから来たの？
やるな。
You know, I have to say, okay, the filter thing that they're adding to this, like, makes it look a lot more, like, realistic. I mean, obviously, it looks like all 3D models, right? It's not, like, photorealistic, but because, like, the filter thing that they were adding to it to make it look, like, all chaotic and stuff, was, like, covering it up a little bit, covering up, like, the details a little bit, it made it look a lot more, photorealistic. If it weren't for, like, the obviously 3D model stuff. Felt like a 2000 home video. Yeah, that's true. And there's something about like old low resolution like film grain. I don't know if it's actually film grain, right? There's something about stuff like that that makes it covers up a lot of the details, that it's a lot harder to tell whether something is like digitally made or like legitimately filmed.
呪いを断ち切ってくれる。その宝石は大したものじゃないわ。母が言うには
For some reason, I go for Ineffa after I got Citlali. No, 80% support. Wait, no, 80% support team composition. Huh? What? Sorry, what does that mean? I am now 80% support team composition since I also have Xingqiu. 80% team composition, support team composition. What do you mean? Like the team that you came up with is mostly supports? Honestly, dude, in Genshin Impact, like having all supports on your team is fine. Like, in case you didn't know, for a very long time, oh, she gets her vision. For a very long time, the team that ruled the Genshin meta was literally made up of 3 supports. 3 supports. And, oh, you know what? I guess including Sucrose, that would be 4 supports. So Bennett, Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Sucrose. Literally 4 support characters, right? Just those 4. And sometimes, like, maybe you could even swap Sucrose out for Fischl. Wow, dude, the reflections, man. Those reflections are not bad. What in the world am I watching? I can't see anything, actually. No idea why we spend all that long Ineffa story quest till the end, while all Ineffa goal was to deliver a message to Traveler. Have you gone to look for Aza's cousin yet? No. This is the first thing that I've done. This is the first like 5.8 content that I've done. I haven't done anything else yet. I'm willing to bet that the big world quest to go out to the new region is gonna take a lot longer than this quest. Especially because, well, this is an Archon quest. It is a prelude. So it's not gonna be like as long as your typical Archon quest. So that's why I decided to go for this one first. What was that animation? They animated the hand going up to like wind up for a slap. They even, oh my god, Aha's in the box again. They even sound designed a slap, but then they didn't bother animating a slap, and then they just cut away to the arm after the slap. I mean, I get it. It's an animation decision, right? In that way, you don't have to animate like the 2 3D assets interacting with each other to make a slap look convincing. I know doing stuff like that takes a lot of time to actually do it right, unless if you just have a lot of experience with animation, which I'm assuming a lot of the guys that like design stuff like this is like sure animation stuff, but like they're not like Hollywood animations, right? They're just like game animations, which is very different from like it, especially like two things interacting with one another is so hard to get right. Because regardless of whether you're a VFX artist, you're a regular dude, right? It's actually like our eyes are so good at telling what's real and what's not real, what's right and wrong, that you will actually just straight up notice that that looked like a fake slap. Oh. Wait, huh? That was an Archon Quest and Ineffa's story quest? In one quest? You heard the new what? The new YouTube rules. There's always lots of new YouTube rules, but what rules are you talking about? Answer not cry. Okay. The journey home. Okay. Yep. Oh man. I'm short 1 pull from doing a 10 pull. Hey, what's up, Luap? How you doing, man? Okay, now that I've increased my screen brightness, Genshin actually looks a lot prettier. I usually cannot appreciate. I mean, like don't get me wrong, Genshin, especially when you have like the effects all the effects turned up, bloom turned on, right? Like it usually looks pretty, but not as pretty as like what my eyes are seeing now. Now that my screen brightness is actually up and not at 0 like it always is. It actually looks really pretty. Alright, whatever. Let's do one at a time. We're not getting an early. I'm not expecting that. But hey, I might as well use up whatever pulls I got. How you doing today, Luap? What's my pity at? So that was 2. Okay. Straight, yeah, just flat 20 pity. Sure. After this, I guess we'll be at 29. I'm pulling on the Ineffa banner because I know that I'm not getting a 5-star yet. Got my day off. Hey, nice. Dude, what the heck? Wrong person. You're looking at a man who has nothing to lose. Right? Whether I get Ineffa, I'll be okay. Or if I get Citlali, I'll be okay. Either one of them, I'll be okay. I really would prefer Citlali though, because this is Citlali's rerun already. So she is a lot less likely to see her next rerun before Ineffa's next rerun, like first rerun. Plus the fact that Citlali is a very niche character, right? She's like Shenhe, right? She's a very niche character. You have nothing to lose by just pressing one extra button to change the banner. No, I mean, like, dude, no way. Screw them, right? Screw them, right? See, like it's. All right, okay. We'll do one pull over here. See, I told you that's not happening. Covering the entire archetype of melt isn't niche at all. And that's the thing though, is like how many melt DPSs do we have? So okay, Gaming, Arlecchino, Mawika. Okay. 2 out of 3 of those characters that I mentioned are like the best of the best in the game. Right? Sure. So they're basically like 90% of the melt archetype that exists, that currently exists. But then those are like just 2 characters. Right? 2 characters. Well, 3, including Gaming, I guess. Right? 3 characters. Okay, so that's 29 pity, I guess. And nothing. Right. Anyway, not expecting anything at 29 pity. Every single Bennett Xianyun melee combo too. Man, I honestly the idea, I'm a fan of the fact that Xianyun enables stuff like that, right? Like the fact that Xianyun enables stuff like that, enables characters that would have been completely useless in 2025 to at least be like, you know, for whoever really likes those characters can now at least use them in something other than just fighting Hilichurls. But I don't know what it is. I just can't. I just don't have it in me to put the effort in, to put the effort into like actually like putting a team together or stuff like that. And yeah, sure, you're right. Like, there's really only one Citlali in the game so far. Like, the only like Citlali alternative I could think of is Rosaria. And in most of the teams that you can use Rosaria in place of Citlali, Rosaria is like very clearly a downgrade. Very clearly a downgrade. Yeah, right. But other than a Mawika team, I just cannot imagine myself. Mawika and Arlecchino, I just cannot imagine myself using Citlali. And I mean, like, sure, right now they are very, very hype characters. They are very quote in the meta. Sooner or later, Hoyo is gonna decide that that meta is over. You're gonna go into the next meta. And then we won't be okay, remember we had the same conversation about Naida yesterday. Right? Like Natlan has shown us, well, not Natlan the region, but like the Natlan patch has shown us that apparently Hoyo is easily capable of just straight up making even some really, really strong characters in the past just somehow make the players not even think about using some of the older, still really strong characters in the past. So one of these days we're gonna have to move away from that. Man. Trial Gaming. Really, the only place where you'll see numbers like that. I wonder how would it be when Genshin is over. There are rumors recently that have been circulating about quote unquote Genshin 2.0, where they just straight up start a new story, different protagonists. Like somehow I don't know how they're gonna play that out, where we somehow can still use the current roster of characters that we have. But if it does turn out to be true, I wouldn't be surprised. Right, so far Genshin has been a money-making machine. Right, it's been Hoyo's money printing machine, and I really doubt that Hoyo would just let that go to waste. Imagine it's already 2050 and Genshin's still continuing. I mean, I can definitely see it happening, right? Like, I can't picture out Genshin becoming so irrelevant that it would die down. Because, like, I mean, think about it. Even Honkai Impact 3rd is still going. How long's Honkai Impact? How old is Honkai Impact again? Honestly, I don't know. All I remember is I was able to download and play Honkai Impact for a couple of minutes back in 2016. So that was 9 years ago. At that point, I have no idea how old Honkai Impact 3rd was back then. And remember, Honkai Impact 3rd isn't even as big in terms of like player numbers and revenue as Genshin is. And somehow Hoyo was able to keep the party going over there. It's just nothing but water. Okay, no wonder why on the map this place is so big. It's just nothing but water. Okay, well, I mean, again, it is a summer region. Had to walk there? Why do you have to walk there? You can just do what I did. There was no teleport. There was no TP for me? Yeah, because you didn't click on the read letter thing. You just had to click the read letter thing, and then it gives you a teleporter.
もちろんお前も。そこのみんな、なんだ？
I really like that. I really like that Bennett is actually wearing pants now. Bennett looks so much more mature with pants on.
海風がビュービュー顔に当たって、やっはー。みんな、私
旅人がいい。
いいじゃん。こんなに太陽が眩しいんだからすぐ乾くよ。
そちらは？
こんにちは。俺大した部族の人。俺はありがとな。
新しい
ラッキーから
ムアラニって。
お前は剣。
He's always wearing pants. Yeah, but like full length pants. Bennett's always been wearing like just well, now that I look at it, they're not actually like full length pants. Well, it looks like they are, but he just folds them up a bit. But the fact that yeah, just because they cover up like his legs now, like there's no skin showing anymore. Like he looks so much more mature. Okay. I'm gonna be in dog mode from here on out. I'm gonna be looking out for stuff. Ooh. What? This looks so stupid. What? What is this? Wait, what do you mean switch colors? Oh, I can. Oh, that's. It's so silly. I can just. I'm literally a water gun. A gun. Yeah, a paint gun? Yeah. It actually colors stuff. That is. Well. So can I aim? Oh, apparently I can. Oh, nice. Okay, let's try green then. Nope. Unlocked. Not locked. Okay, this is so silly. The space. This is so dumb. Look at those tiny little legs going. What do you? Female characters, however, they cannot wear them. You mean like full-length pants? I mean, Mawika's sort of wearing pants, I guess. They're less pants, more tights, but sure. They cover up her legs. The animal? What? No way. Really? Can fly? No way! Okay. Okay, well, I can't quote-unquote, like, fly. It can jump? Oh, okay. I mean, well, I guess at least until I run out of ammo. Wait, I'm flying. I'm not falling down? Okay. Press space. I am pressing space, dude. What do you think? I'm an idiot. I wouldn't try that. Okay, aim mode. Oh, dude, that's sick. Okay. So aim mode apparently is not a toggle. Hang on. Let me just press it. Okay, so yeah, apparently oh no, it is a toggle. It is a toggle, but to go down does not press R. Okay. Dude, infinite water walking. Zilona and Kinect. Yeah, I noticed. Like, the hold E thing. Okay, so apparently he can only... Oh! Wait. Okay, hang on. Okay. Okay, aim mode. Alright, let's see. Can we do E again? Yeah, no, we can't. Okay. I can't press E again. Okay, so apparently I can't go infinitely go up with him. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna enter game. I'm not gonna do dog mode today. I have a little bit over 2 hours left before I have to get to work. But I have a little bit less than 2 hours before I need to have dinner. So that's how much time I got to finish this quest. Which I'm assuming that I probably won't even be able to finish today because it's probably not fully unlocked yet. You can sprint fast like Mualani? Oh, sprint! Okay, why didn't I think of sprinting? I just assumed that he couldn't sprint. Because, like, what are we doing? Play Genshin before work? No. My work starts in the evening.
Mondo の貨物輸送用の熱気球は中に風スライムを住まわせてたり、風スライムを模した形になってたりするんだ。一時期キャサリンさんから安全な輸送規則っていう依頼を受けるのにハマってた。魔物がみんな俺に襲いかかってくるから熱気球を壊されずに済むんだよな。
You know, I'm really hoping that this region isn't too big. I mean, like, it's obviously on the map, it looks huge because it's mostly water. But, like, the land itself isn't so big. So I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't have that many, like, chests and challenges and stuff. I mean, like, more would be nice because, like, that would mean more primos. But I don't know if I have it in me to spend, like, another 3 hours doing exploration. Oh, Oculus. It is just straight up a full-fledged Natlan region. What in the world is that thing? Did you pull Skark? Yes I did, Lucifer. Yes I did. It's permanent though. That is true. That is true. Hence why there are Pyrooculi. After you finish, everything will be boring. You know, I was wondering about that. Yeah, because like I wonder what the decision making was to, like, why they decided to. There have been okay, waypoints. I wonder what made them decide to make this a permanent region. Like I get that like Hoyo players, or sorry, Genshin players have been complaining about like a lot of really important lore stuff being locked behind one-time only quests that disappear after a patch, after a certain patch is over, right? Like for example, the Dragon Spine lore, right? The Dragon Spine lore, the Albedo lore, right? All of that, like none of the new players have access to that stuff anymore. And I understand that Genshin players have been complaining about that for several years now already. And I get I don't know, I can't help but feel like they could have easily separated a summer region, right? Like a temporary summer region, right? From having any like lore, like long-term lore, like permanent lore relevant relevant stuff in it, in the story, right? Like from like the summer story, right? It's kind of like it's kind of like a summer is like a filler in an anime, like a filler episode, right? You know how like anime writers, like animation studios and writers are easily able to like come up with like fillers that where like nothing in the filler story has anything to do with the actual main story, because so the disadvantages that I can think of by making the summer region permanent is, so that summer region obviously has 3D assets, 3D textures in it. Now I'm sure like a lot of these trees and stuff, they probably just have the same like texture, what's the word I'm looking for? Like image textures. There you go. Image textures as a lot of the other like similar trees that are already in the game. So they probably don't have to yeah, they don't have to make a new like image texture for just to give these trees color, because they're probably just using the same textures as all the other like similarly shaped trees. But the fact that that is another copy of that same tree means that's going to take up like a couple more, I guess, kilobytes of data, right? That tree, and all the other trees that are here, and not just the trees, but all the like the land as well, land, like the map itself. I mean, it really for being another whole region, like a permanent region. This patch didn't seem too big. It was only like 5 gigabytes or so. And I'm assuming that it like I didn't really like pay super close attention to it, whether it was like 5 gigabytes permanently or it just needed 5 gigabytes to install the new update, which meant that the permanent addition to the game is actually somewhere around like just 2.5 to like 3 gigabytes maybe. So the fact that they can add like an entire, well, small-ish region in just 3 gigabytes, I guess, is really like it tells me really good optimizations, really good optimizations. But the fact that that 3 gigabytes is gonna be there permanently and I can't remove it from the game anymore, and like once I explore all of it, I'm never coming back here again. There's no reason for me to come back here ever again once I fully explore it. So I don't know, like I don't know what the decision making was, like what made them decide to make this into a permanent addition to the game. Because if it was like lore stuff, if it was like permanent lore stuff, like for example, like again, the easiest example I can come up with is the Dragon Spine lore, the Albedo lore, right? That was, well, even though that was a permanent region, right? Even though that was a permanent region, that was Dragon Spine, like Dragon Spine's still here, but that quest itself to go to Dragon Spine with like the Albedo, the fake Albedo, whatever, with all of that, is permanently gone. None of the new players will ever be able to experience that anymore, even though the story technically can go on, right? It didn't like stop the story, like not being able to experience that side quest, that quest isn't gonna ruin your experience in the long term, for the long term story. But I reckon they could have easily written the story in a certain way where like this, whatever story they would come up with for us to come to this region would affect would not affect the main story in any way. I mean, you know, like manga artists, anime writers have been doing it for years. So I reckon, what in the world is this thing? Tettle. I could actually talk to it. I'm your loyal friend, Tettle. Tettle was once the memorial greeter of old Tanok, whatever that is. Now I'm the greeter of this modern day resort. Oh, this is Anana's outfit. It was once a type of prickly pear native to the region. Unfortunately, no one's seen one for 500 years. If you keep walking, you'll eventually run into someone dressed as Noctli. That's another type of prickly pear. If my memory serves me correctly, you're likely to find more of them in Villa Gritzly. That's not Gritzly, that's... It looks so stupid. Oh boy. Hey, I mean, I'm entertained. So, I mean, I wasn't complaining. I was just merely like thinking why they decided to make this into a permanent region. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I am entertained. So, I got no complaints here. I've never 100%ed any region. Wow. Honestly, if I was like, so obviously I work a day job, right? Well, day job isn't 100% correct, but yeah, I have a job. So this like streaming isn't like like, I mean, sure, I'm earning like a couple of nickels from like some ad revenue from it, but it's nothing. It's nowhere close to. It's more like, it's not even like, I wouldn't even consider it like tips, right? So obviously, like doing like streaming isn't gonna provide for me. So I actually have to keep a job, and if my job was like your typical job, like 9 to 5, and I had to work overtime and I had to like do stuff at home in the evening to get ready for my job the next day, like if it was like a full-time job, I probably would also never 100% any Genshin region. I would just do the quests. I would just unlock waypoints, unlock statues of the 7, but that's probably the best I would do. Like do events maybe. I might even miss a couple of events, and I'm sure I'm definitely gonna miss a couple of dailies. We're getting close to Fortnite collabs. How long you've been playing? What? What in the world? How long you been playing Genshin? There you go. About coming up on 5 years now. I started playing Genshin when the game was 2 weeks old. Oops. Oh, I thought it was like one of those movement challenges. How? Okay, I'm gonna assume I gotta borrow this guy. What color am I supposed to use? I love how like sloppy this sound is. It's so sloppy. That is definitely very Kinich-like. Oh, there's fall damage. That sucks. Okay, no idea how to do this challenge. Sayonara. Forgot to farm flowers? What flowers? How many 5-star weapons you got? Honestly, dude, I don't count. I don't know, maybe 8? Yeah, maybe somewhere around there. Maybe somewhere around 8, maybe. For Ineffa? Oh, you got Ineffa? Oh, nice. What flowers does she need? I gotta say, this place looks cool. This place looks cool. Like, I wouldn't. It looks like a place that I wouldn't mind living in. Like, it just looks so like nice and peaceful.
地面に光る落書きがあるぞ。オイラたちの歓迎会か。かわいい。
What?
わあ、ご飯を食べるとこみたいだね。ちょっと待って。
手伝おうか。
大丈夫。
俺も。
ムアラにはこういうやつなんだ。
The glowing. The glowing. Excuse me? What mushroom?
そこそこな。ほとんどは普通に語り合ってるが、ベネットはどうなんだ？
おう。
I got more 5-star weapons than characters. What? Why?
ちゃんと
Why would you do that to yourself?
ところで。
ああ、そうだ。あなたの冒険実はずっとただ。
でも機会があった。
さっき言ってた。
お前がいいか、食べ終わった次の点火したい人はいる？あのスピード。
Okay.
最初から
We're not underground anymore, so I guess I'm gonna guess that I should be able to just turn my monitor brightness back down to 0.
もちろんだよ。一分私じゃなく。
家族の無事と。
シンプルだけどいい願い。友達み、それから。
俺の番か。でも。
Because I can't leave my favorite characters without their sig. I mean, your favorite characters have one signature weapon. So how do you have more 5-star weapons than 5-star characters? There are more 5-star characters in the game than there are signature weapons.
嬉しい。
親父たちという
みんな年をと
すごいな。
当たり前のこと。
もしかして
ああ、運はとこと俺は周りの
リレーみたい。
いい例えだな。
私たち
リレーって
順風満
そう思ってく。
いいじゃん。
私も行く。
お、ベニ大英雄の旅人が裏。
手を出す必要。
みんなありがとな。本当に俺はついてるぜ。この世で一番火花だよ。
最後は君たちサボリア5本。オイラが前それと。
Okay, losing. So wait, are you telling me that you get their weapon before you go for the character? Oh yeah, that's right, Lucifer, you asked to see. I'm on my 3rd account, so I don't have as... What the heck is that thing? I don't have as many weapons on this account as I do. Why is there a red thing here? How do I get rid of it? Is it this thing? No? Okay, this is okay. Thank goodness. It was somewhere around here, I guess. I pull character first. So, but okay, if you pull for the characters first, then how do you have less characters than weapons? So you lose when you lose the 50-50, you still pull for their weapon? What? Small 60 pity? Hey, getting close to soft pity there, Breaker. Yeah, so I'm on my 3rd account. This account has quite a lot, quite a bit fewer weapons, so 5-star weapons, than my 1st and 2nd accounts. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think my 2nd account has fewer weapons than this one. Honestly, I don't remember anymore. Oh, nice. Did I get it while I'm here? There's so many Oculus around me. Never mind. I'll get it when I have time. Full character first, kinda. So, okay, if you lose 50-50 and you still have some pulls left to go on the weapon banner, why not just keep going on the weapon banner, or on the character banner, so that you can at least get the character? How does it get 5-star weapons that you don't want? Then why do you get them if you don't want them? I mean, at the very least, though, there are some weapons that, even though like some people think they don't want it, are actually quite good. So hopefully, at least, hopefully you have that. Hopefully you have some of these weapons that are actually quite good. Is submissive wind spear. What? Oh my god, you're gonna make me look for it? Okay. Jeez. Okay, I have to actually go do challenges. Yeah, okay, I guess these are challenges. Submissive wind spear. What does missive wind spear do again? EM and attack, right? Intro reaction is triggered. Well, the fact that it doesn't say can still trigger even while off field means that she has to be on field for this to happen. And it's only a 10-second thing. Yeah, I guess it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, because that is a lot of attack, right? Like, remember, 41% already just from the secondary stat, and you got another 24%. And for as far as I remember, Ineffa gives the team EM based on her attack. So yeah, it's good. It's good. You will, however, have to swap, and like it doesn't have a cooldown, at least not that I could see from its description. So I guess like every 10 seconds or so, you have to swap into Ineffa so that she can trigger an elemental reaction. The fact that it doesn't, like, I'm gonna assume that this cannot proc off field because it doesn't say, it doesn't specifically state that. You want FTP weapons, Fav or Kitane is best. Kitane is pretty good too. Yeah. Kitane is like, I think it's Kitane or Fav are her best two free-to-play weapons. What does Kitane do again? All I remember is the ER, the energy generation thing. So secondary stat is EM. Is that EM? Yeah, EM. Okay, high base attack. So it's 550. Okay, that's good. High base attack. Skilled. Okay, so skill damage. I see. Hits for skill hits an opponent. Character loses 3 energy but generates. What is that? Is that 3? Yeah, okay. R1 generates 3 energy every 2 seconds for the next 6 seconds. So what is that? Loses 3 energy, but gets 9 back. So gets basically 6 energy. If that can occur once every 10 seconds, can be triggered even when the character is not on field. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. And at R5... Whoa. Whoa. So in 10 seconds, you lose 3, but you get 15. What? What? That's crazy. All right. So you essentially it's just free 12 energy every 10 seconds. As far as I remember, bursting on Ineffa every rotation isn't necessary. Like, you don't have to burst on Ineffa every rotation. So the energy generation on her is nice, but it's not completely necessary. The skill damage, however, is good. Yeah, 12% skill damage. The EM's also good-ish. The high base attack is good, though. I got Navia and Linny weapon. Navia weapon, Linny weapon. Without having them. Tried to pull Yelan weapon, but I got Linny weapon. Oh, you're right. Okay. I completely slipped my mind that weapon banners are 50-50. Yeah, you're right. So when you try to pull for a weapon for a different 5-star, if you win 75-25 and then you get the wrong weapon in your 50-50, then yeah, okay, there you go. Now you have a 5-star with no character on it. I treat it like an Emily burst or a Fischl burst. I'm still confused, by the way. I heard before she was released, I heard that her burst resets her skill duration. But as far as I can see, it honestly feels like her skill cooldown seems to be really, really short. Although I didn't like while I was like using her trial version, while I was doing her character quest earlier. I did notice that the skill cooldown was still pretty short. It was still quite short even while I was in combat. Last I checked, Ineffa has a buff, I think, her burst. She does have a buff. Yeah, I do remember she has some sort of buff from her burst, but I don't remember what it was. I just remember hearing that like bursting every rotation is nice, but it's not necessary because like sure it buffs the team, but like because of the while the animation isn't super long, it's not super short either. So despite the long animation, can I just get on this boat and ride across? No, okay. So as far as I remember, I think what I heard was using her burst every rotation is overall gonna be a net positive, right? It's not just a net neutral. But the net positive isn't so big that you lose so much by not bursting every rotation. I don't know. That was the general like vibe I was getting from what I heard. The EM buff is from her burst. Oh, I see. The EM buff based on her attack, right? Bennett character got changed. Bennett looks manly and serious leader in the new skin. Yep, I do like his new skin. You have the Yelan weapon. Yes, I do in fact. But I don't use it on Yelan. Because Yelan needs energy recharge. Got a weapon when she re-ran last time. Hey, nice. It's good though, but like, I cannot... Oh, hang on, what are we doing? What in the world is... What are we doing? Oh, you know what? You know what that was? I'm gonna take a guess that was gonna be like when I actually do like the real like event stuff. That's probably like a puzzle like thing. Reduce ER requirement equals
この設備
reduce ER requirement equals more attack equals bigger buff. Sorry, what? Reduce ER requirement equals yeah, because like the more ER you build, the less attack you build, which means the less the buff will be. But the more attack you build, the higher the buff will be, but the less ER you will have, so the less frequently you'll be able to. Yeah, so it's more like you have to balance it out at some point. Yeah, you have to balance it out a certain amount. Like you just have to figure out like the best balance for you. Only one that can abuse high base, low EM weapons perfectly. Usually pole arms that want EM want low base, high. Yeah, that's true. Cause like Raiden Shogun. Raiden Shogun and Burgeon characters.
終わった大英雄の旅人ムアラニただいまわあこんにちはいい子だね旅人は一緒じゃないのその旅人はお腹が痛くなってトイレだってさ親切にどうも触ってみてもいい？友達になってくれないかなじゃあよろしくね
I think Skirk like me because I got her C1 and weapon are just 50 pulls. I'm gonna aim for C2 Skirk. Hey, nice. C2 Skirk. Well, C2 of most of the new 5 stars are all really good.
まずは施設を作ってほしいんだウェーブメーカー
That
の
he's
技術が
constructed.
肝心だよ
I'm confused. Oh, okay. I think that was a mistake. I don't get it. Okay, do I have to keep this guy awake or something? No? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, it's a puzzle. Okay, so the puzzle thing. Hang on. Edit facility. Alright. So, how do I change these things? Oh, there. I think. How do I... What? What characters are you planning to pull for a Nod Cry? I don't know what any of them do just yet, so I don't know who yet. All I know is there are a couple of characters that I'm really, really looking forward to. But because I don't know what they do yet, if they turn out to be really bad, I might just end up skipping them. Oops. But I'm really looking forward to Flins and Alice. Alice, 100%. 100% looking forward to her. But if she turns out to be really bad, then no thanks. Um,
まずは施設を作ってほしいんだ。ウェーブメーカーの位置が肝心だよ。
mm. Flins, I have no idea what he does. Oh. Oops. Flins will be in 6.0, Alice in 5.7. Oh, 5.7. 6.7. Okay, so I guess that's not right. Oh, wait, there's a guy there that I probably had to wake up. Oh, no. Okay. I get it. Alright. Okay, stop to Mualani again. Why do I have to keep talking to Mualani? Kind of disappointed Varka wasn't a big man with a mustache. Yeah, me too, actually. Me too. And you know what? What's more disappointing to me is that Varka's characterization, as they showed in the trailer, they made him look a lot like a mercenary or some kind of like treasure hoarder boss. Like, he looks a lot more like that. Oops. Yep, this is definitely one of those like puzzle things. Got see one Citlali. Hey, nice. I like they could have just done Escanor and I would have been hyped. Yeah, right. Me too. Dude, that was like maybe that's not exactly what I was picturing out, but like imagine like Stoic the Vast from How to Train Your Dragon, but like taller. Right? Like a tall, muscular, like Stoic the Vast. Something like that would have been awesome. What a question, Ivy. What a question. Have you ever muted your mic while streaming just to fart? Have I done that? I don't think so. I mean, like, not that I can remember. Yeah, not that I can remember, though. Because if I had to do something like that, it would have been so like arbitrary that I would not be able to remember it at all. Nope. Okay, I'll get that when I actually have time. So in that way, I won't have to get confused about which ones I've gotten and which ones I haven't gotten. How'd you end up getting to the new region? Blue Ren? Blue Ren? Go into your events. Over here, initially, you'll see read letter. Just read the letter and go through the dialogue prompts. And eventually go into your event thing. And then just hit navigate. Right? Just hit navigate and it'll just take you, like your map will just go straight to here. Where is it? Straight to here. And then this teleport waypoint will be like already unlocked. You know what? I'm willing to bet that there are so many players that did not know that they just walked straight here. Didn't even bother going to their events thing, and didn't even like know how to unlock their. Hang on. What am I supposed to do here? Didn't even know how to unlock that teleport waypoint. Check out the attractions. Okay, is it that thing? I tried, trust me. Okay, really? But okay, hang on. I'm gonna do it again on my second account. Just so I could show y'all. Okay. Alright. Read. Okay. Events menu. Read the letter. Accept invitation. Okay. And then, right, it just straight up gives me the quest. And even before I do that, the quest is actually already in here. Right? So it's already done navigating it for me. So if I, like, see? Okay, yellow dot. Just click on the yellow dot. Boom. Teleport waypoint. There's no issue with it. Yeah, there's no issue with it. Okay. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm getting real concerned here. So like my son went to school and my wife went somewhere nearby my son's school. My son's school has two campuses. One that's like nearby my house, like 2 minutes away, a 2-minute walk away, and one that's a little bit further away, like a 20-minute drive. No, maybe not. I don't know about 20 minutes. Like maybe 10-15-minute drive away. And my son went to school. They went to school there today, and my wife went somewhere nearby. She said she had to do something before 5 p.m. and she knew that my son's school ended at 3 p.m. today, but maybe my wife got caught up in something and like it's been an. Hang on. Yeah, it's been an hour and a half, coming up on 2 hours now since my son has been, well, my son's school day has ended. So I don't know, man. My wife hasn't messaged me or anything. I got the feeling that she might have got caught up in something, and my son's still sitting there at school waiting. I woke up 20 minutes after the update. Hey, what's up, Wayne? I'm sorry, man. Caught me at a bad time. I'm gonna have to go AFK for a bit. Hang on, that's the wrong screen. There. I'm gonna actually have to head out there just to be sure my son hasn't been waiting for almost 2 hours. Because my wife hasn't sent me a message or anything. She hasn't called. So I get the feeling she might have got caught up in something. So I'm gonna have to go pick up my son. I'll be back in about 20 minutes or maybe half an hour from now. Don't you work soon anyway? Work is in about 2 hours from now. Yeah, in about 2 hours from now. I'll be right back. Well, come back home at 5:30. You know what? I might just have to end the stream, actually. Hang on. I heard somebody come in the gate. Hang on. Let me check. Okay, well, that wasn't them. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to end stream here for today. Man, I really wished I could have done a bit more before we ended the stream. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go pick my son up from school. Safe drive. Dude, I'm not driving. I don't have a car. Gotta get on the tricycle. Tricycles are sort of like taxis where in my city. Anyway, I'm sorry guys, I have to cut the stream off short. So for those of you who need help building your characters' accounts or making a decision which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in YouTube chat. If you want my personal opinion, you can ping me over there. My name's Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Alright, good luck to all Ineffa and Citlali wanters. Take care, everyone. Bye. He's flying.